I mean, a couple of days later, they would show their attention and say, the only reason they helping me is she's helping me or they helping me, how you want to say it, because they want to be in a relationship like a boyfriend, girlfriend relationship or whatever it's called. Because I don't know what you really call it. Because I never had a girlfriend in my life. I've never been in a relationship with a woman in my life, so I don't know what you call that stuff. But, so I'm assuming it's called girlfriend or boyfriend or probably dating and stuff like that. And then most of them, not saying all of them, but most of them, they wanted to take it a little bit further to have a sexual encounter or a sexual relationship. And so either way, no matter what their intention was or they showed their true colors, I would just get my belongings and just get on my bike and just leave. Because I let them know I'm not looking for anybody to date. I'm not looking for anyone to get in a relationship, especially I'm not looking for no sexual relationship. And so, and they will cry and beg, tell me not to leave. That's how serious it got. I even had 3 to 5 women out of 20 women offer to give me money, because they live in Scottsdale. And if you stay in Phoenix, Scottsdale is which people live in. It's like Hollywood, or like Beverly Hills in California. But so that's how I can explain about Scottsdale, is where all the rich people live in. So they offer, and I'm not talking about a couple of $100. They offer to give me a couple of $1,000, or get my own place or apartment or condominium. That's how serious these women were. And I even had one young lady offer to buy me a brand new car. And I explained to her that I don't like driving. I don't care about driving, and so, and I told her no. And yes, the money was tempting because I was homeless. Because I've been homeless up to about 5 to 6 years, so that money was tempting. But under y'all, my God did give me the spiritual strength to say no, and just walk away. So, and there wasn't bad women. They seemed like they were pretty decent, highly educated women, and majority had money. They had their own businesses. They were CEOs or whatever you call it in corporate business. So they were making pretty good money. So, but I turned all that down and just explained to them that this is the path that Aniyah, my God, had me to walk until He blessed me with that special young lady. Because God, ever since I was 15 years old, God already revealed unto me what my soul may look like, or my twin spirit look like. So I know exactly what she looked like. So I kept, we end with each woman, no matter how upset they were, they wasn't angry or that they wanted to harm me, but we ended as peaceful as we can. But as they were being upset and crying and stuff like that. So I didn't have no more issue with them. So, but in some cases they understood, other cases they didn't understand because they wasn't really Christians or Christians at all. They live out in the world into sin, or a secular or secular individual. So I did my best not to be judgmental or too harsh on them as I rejected them. Now, other times during my during my 5th or 6th year being homeless, and at that time I got a brand new iPhone. It's not the iPhone I have now. I think it was an iPhone. I don't know what model it was, but I know it was an iPhone at that time, a lesser iPhone at that time, and it came out with a good quality camera and a video that you could take professional pictures and make professional videos. So I started getting involved in photography to learn about photography. I never done photography before, but I growing up having friends who are actually professional photographers, and so stuff like that. So I remember what they told me about being a good photographer with the lighting and stuff like that. So I did met some more beautiful young ladies who was independent models or indie models and stuff like that. And I was having more problem with them from the other groups of women that just got to rejecting, because they didn't, the independent models, they didn't want to work with me unless I have sex with them. That was their thing. And so only very few independent models in Phoenix, Arizona I did work with. I think it was just like two. I didn't really have no problem with. Yeah, two I didn't have no problem with. But the others I was having problem with because I rejected to have sexual intercourse with them. They was going around on the campus, ASU campus, spreading lies and rumors saying that I'm not a real man because I refused to have sex with them, and others would say that I was trying this and I was trying this to seduce her. I tried to take advantage of her sexually and all this and that. A lot of the false rumors they were spreading didn't really add up to a lot of the things that to people I have already met, and because like the two young ladies I didn't have no problem with, they came back and told me and said, well, this is the rumors going around, and we talked about it, and they say I didn't think it was true because you don't act like that, you never done me like that, and these two young ladies were more beautiful than the others. So if I was going to do anything with a young lady, it was going to be with one of those two, and so because the way I conduct myself, because I think and believe I'm the perfect gentleman, so that's how I conduct myself, to be the perfect gentleman. So it's, so they started spreading more, not the two young ladies I didn't have no problem with, but the other indie models, they started spreading more lies and false rumors about me, saying all this and that. And people who met me since I first moved to Tempe, they knew they was lying because they said, well, we know Andrew, we know Mr. Williams. Yeah, he's homeless, but they would actually tell you they never met nobody who's so honest and sincere and so straightforward and just do their best to live what they believe without being a hypocrite. So it didn't fly as much. And then, let's see, I was one day, I was supposed to go on a video shoot with a young lady someplace in Phoenix. I don't know. It was some kind of park in Phoenix. And because I was new to photography, a lot of people, the videos and the video shoots and the camera works I did came out pretty good, a lot better than I expected as a beginner. Didn't know too much about photography. And so a lot of other photographers in the Phoenix area, they was getting angry and jealous of me because I was doing pretty good. I didn't, I was charging a decent price, and my work was coming out pretty good. So they was also spreading lies and false rumors about me, saying that I'm not a professional photographer, which is true. I'm not a professional photographer, but I had to do something to start making some money to get some food to eat. They helped get me, and also help get me out of the street. And then when that didn't work, I'm not too sure if it is him per se, but every proof or evidence point to this one guy who I'm very suspicious of, because a lot of people look up to him and listen to him. He it's like it's a group. He's hanging out with a group, and he's like the leader of that group. And what happened on this specific day where I was supposed to go do a video shoot with this beautiful young lady who lived on that side of Thai, that side of the town near this specific part. Aniyah, my God, spoke to me in a dream, showing me in a vision that this specific guy and his friends, even one of the young ladies that you know, are planning on setting you up to have you killed, or unalive, so stuff like that. So after Aniyah warned me in that premonition dream, what I did when I woke up in the morning, finished my exercise, because at that time I had a hotel room for a week, so I was staying in a hotel for about a week. I was in and out of the hotel because, because when you're homeless, you're not gonna make enough money to constantly stay in the hotel. So 1 week I may be in a hotel, the next week I'm back homeless in the streets, sleeping in the streets. So after Aniyah warned me in a premonition dream that these people was planning on trying to have me unalive by hiring one of the street gangs in Phoenix, I called the young lady I was supposed to do a video shoot with and canceled the video shoot, and I explained to her why. So instead of her understanding, she got upset with me and started saying, "Oh, you scared? You scared? You scared that this going to happen? You scared that's going to happen?" And that's not God telling you that. So it confirmed what God was warning me in a dream, that the young lady knew that this young man with his friends hired these gang members to attack me, to end my life, to try to end my life. So instead of arguing with her or trying to convince her, I just told her the video shoot is canceled. You believe and think what you want to believe, and I'm just going to continue trusting and believing in Aniyah, my God, because he never led me wrong, especially when my life is in danger. So that's basically it. And then another beautiful young lady I knew, because I used to do a lot of video shoot with her and draw sketches of her, so stuff like that. Just to continue practicing my drawing. Because I even got to the point, I used some of my I would use my gift as an artist to start drawing portraits for people to help make money. So photography was one of them I used to help make money to get off the street, and my art skills as an artist I used to do portraits for people to help get off the street at that time. And I was going to speak to her about it, but I did notice there was a change in her behavior and her attitude toward me. And so what happened about a month later, God spoke to me in a dream concerning her. Now, I'm not going to speak about her because I want to save that for a later video, because it go in line. Other incident that God had done when I was my last year being homeless in Phoenix, Arizona. So basically, that's it. I didn't really have no more trouble or life-threatening incident that God had to send His angels to guide me from any harm or danger or threats for about 4 to 5 years. And so this is what that video is, because tomorrow when I make the fourth video, I'm gonna start speaking about how God sent His angels to protect me from the authority, and so stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I appreciate y'all stopping by to watch and to listen. Y'all have a good and blessed day. Shalom.